Symone, Gigi, you look beautiful today. I'm Nye
Thank you
McGee
so
with EUR
much.
Web. I
I
mean,
You.
the
love the
hair.
I
bang.
know. I like your
Obsessed with the
frames
bang.
too.
Yeah.
You know what? Everybody hates this wig but me, and I'm gonna keep wearing it because I don't care
No,
what
I
they say.
love it.
Girl.
I love it. Listen, we are suckers for a bang.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Hello.
We love.
I love it.
Well, let me just say that for each of you, the hair is hairing, the makeup is
Thank
makeuping, the
you.
outfit is
You.
outfitting. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
It's
Right?
press day.
It's
It
birthday.
is press day, and you did it right. So,
Thank you.
okay, first of all, Symone, you won RuPaul's Race season 13.
I did.
And Gigi, you were a fan favorite in season 12. So,
Yeah.
how have your experiences on Drag Race influenced your approach to Avalon TV?
Oh wow. I think at least for me, I discovered so much of what I was capable of on the show. So getting to like
Mhm.
come off of that and really like put my foot in it, especially for this season,
Yeah.
was really fun. I said when we were doing season one, I wanted a talk show, and I got to do that again for this season. So
Yeah.
very exciting on Symone, new set, more new guests, and just everything is so much bigger. So I think we just got to really hone in on our skills in the show and put that into this baby of ours, just Avalon TV, and do what we want on a bigger level.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. I think same for me that like everything that I went on RuPaul's Drag Race to accomplish, I feel like I am through this show and through this family. And everything that I experienced on RuPaul's Drag Race too, in regards to the little acting challenges and the improvs and the this and the that, like I learned so much about what I'm capable of in that area. And it's kind of helped me in this creative space to be like, what if we did this, you guys? Or,
Yeah.
like, what if this was the idea? And what if we were all playing this? And also, I think this show is kind of the first experience that the house and Riley had with reality and cameras and stuff like that. And we kind of got to have a little bit of a buffer on Drag Race. I'm used to just cameras being around and ignoring them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Drag Race has done everything for us to prepare for what we're doing now.
For sure. I mean, listen, if you can win, get top four, or whatever, like you can do it. You can literally do anything, like anything.
The Olympics.
Nothing is scary anymore.
Speaking of Drag Race, while I was preparing for this interview today, I was doing my research and watching some clips from last season. Symone, are you aware that many fans who love this show compare you to RuPaul? They say you are RuPaul 2.0, and they mean that in the most complimentary of ways. So, have you heard that? And how does it make you feel to know that you're being compared to this great?
RuPaul is the idol of my life. I love her. When I needed someone back home, she was the one person I saw, and I was like, I can do that. Like it clicked in my head. So for people to see that in me, that is the biggest compliment ever in life. So thank you out there for everyone who said it and meant it. Thank you, because it warms my heart because she is absolute the pinnacle for me. I love her to death.
Listen, I'm dying for Symone to play all stages of RuPaul.
Yes, I'm ready for the aging, all of it. And guess what? She looks the same, so I can look the same too.
So in other words, when it's time to do the RuPaul biopic, Symone, you should be top on the casting list.
I am ready to step into those shoes officially.
Right on.
Here, putting it out there.
Yeah, she'll kill it.
You hear that? Wow. Universe, production, everyone.
So Gigi, let me ask you this: for fans or viewers, I should say, who will be new to season 2 to Avalon TV, can you kind of give them an introduction to the House of Avalon and what makes this collective group of queens so unique and captivating?
Definitely. I think that we are kind of such a creative anomaly in this queer space, in that we've all found each other very organically and all kind of at the same spot, dancing at in West Hollywood at the clubs. Like we all just miraculously found ourselves through that, and also through social media. And obviously the House of Avalon, the 5 members, Symone, Grant, Mark, Hunter, and Caleb, started in Arkansas. They've known each other for like 10 plus years. And as they've kind of grown and evolved as a family, they've picked up different sisters along the way. So me and Riley, as an addition to this, it's just kind of created this whirlwind of creative energy and a family essence that is so unbreakable. And the thing that's so crazy about us, for those who don't really know or have not watched, is that like every single one of us has a different thing that we're really good at and that bring to the table. Like we have editors, we have a momager, we have a seamstress, we have a hairstress, we have, you know, and makeup, yeah. Like, and it all comes together. And I think we're all just in the same big pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think also I like to say this about us because we're some people, you know, they're kind of like the same and they kind of gravitate and that's like their thing. We're all so different. We have such different personalities.
Yeah.
That somehow meld together. Some of us are more loud and more quiet, more creative, like whatever. But we all come together and not only just create, but we live this experience and we are able to lean on each other in ways that I think is very important to see and for people to see.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's very excited because we peel back the layers this season. I think that's our the biggest difference. Well, other than it being bigger and better, we really peel back the onion, and you get to see all that.
Yeah.
So and how we interact with each other and how we interact with the world through our heart. So it's really, I'm very excited for everyone to see it. I'm very proud of it.
What do you find most challenging about navigating the diverse personalities on this show, especially for season 2, as you're taking us, the viewers, inside y'all's personal lives and the personal dynamic among the group? What's most challenging about navigating these diverse personalities?
I think we all have very particular point of views, and I think it's the biggest challenge is kind of making it come together in a sense that everyone feels like it represents everybody.
Yeah.
You know, like not that we're necessarily fighting, but we want to make sure everyone is seen and represented. And like I think the most difficult part is just like narrowing down that to where it's cohesive, like everything, it makes sense for us. So I think our just the creative process of it, just and getting from point A to point B. Because everyone has an opinion.
Yeah,
which is great.
Which is great. Sometimes they're all the same right off the bat, which makes decisions very easy. Sometimes they are all completely wildly different. And it takes, like you said, from point A to point B quite a while. But yeah, and also to your point, we all have such individual personalities and, you know, lives and at the end of the day, we all come back to the same compound on the same street in little Koreatown. And yeah, I think what's so important though for us is that we are just very straightforward about things and we don't really like to keep things in. It's like brutal honesty, radical candor. And yeah, I think that's just such an important aspect to being a family.
Okay, so speaking of being a family,
Yes.
how often do you get, especially after season 1, how often do you get approached by young, I always hesitate to say the word queer because I'm Generation X and there was a time when queer was not.
Yeah.
So
no, we're taking it back. We're good.
Taking it back.
Okay, so can I say that or don't say queer? Can I say queer? Okay.
Absolutely.
How often do you get approached by young queer identifying people, young drag queens who love the show and they want to join the house? What criteria? What are the criteria you look for when you go recruit for your new generation of queer members of the house?
Listen. I'll answer your first question. All the time, people come up and say how much I love the show and how much it's fun to see all of us together interacting and living our lives. Which I think it's also very good to hear because you know sometimes it at least for me and from my perspective that can be a little nerve-wracking. But all the time, and I think it's reassuring and it's like we know we're on the right track because we have these call and response to people. And which is important and kind of what we wanted. We wanted people to see us living our lives and having fun. That was the premise of the whole thing. No matter whatever we decided to put on the screen, that was the premise. So when people come up to us and resonate with that, that is the most, and we hear that coming back, I think that's the most gratifying thing.
Yeah, and we've also built so much on this family too, especially through the pandemic. We kind of built an army of supporters and almost extended family through our fans. And, you know, we've made relationships with so many of them. And ultimately, like everybody that you see following the House of Avalon page is someone in that kind of extended family. And
Yeah.
that's more so what it
like,
feels
yeah.
like.
And so
Yeah.
you already are a part of it. There you go. So we already answered the same answer.
Yeah.
You already are, darling.
Yeah. Back in Arkansas too, the House of Avalon, they used to, that's like what they did. They would
Yeah.
throw house parties and anyone
And
were
everybody,
welcome.
yeah.
Everybody could come. People would crash on the couch. You were
Yeah.
one of them.
I was one of them,
And
child. I was.
you know,
Come in your finery and have a
yeah.
good time.
I think it started out creating a physical safe space for people who wanted to feel that, and now it's kind of evolved into creating more of like a digital safe space and people feeling like they're right there in the room with
Yeah.
us.
You can be a
when
part of
we're
the
on
party
camera.
too.
Yeah.
Very
Put on
good.
your
Here's
clothes
my
and come to the party.
come to the party. That's right. That
Yeah.
takes me back to my college days in the 90s, where most of the parties that I could only get to because I was underage were the drag parties at the drag houses, right? So I can relate.
You see each other, you get it,
Yeah.
Exactly. My last question for you today, Symone and Gigi, what do you hope viewers will take away from watching Avalon TV? And how do you think it will impact the perception of drag and creative collectives in mainstream media?
Oh my God. Well, I hope, like I said, I hope everyone, first of all, takes away the fun, the laughter, the joy, the humor, the silliness, and you take away the pretentiousness. That's not us, that's not who we are. So I want people to feel like when they are not only watching us, but they're watching it with us.
Yeah.
I think that's very important. And I want people to know that we did this. We come, even that you're not from Arkansas, but you come from a place that's not you're not a city necessarily. And so we come from sticks, we come from nothing.
Yeah.
And you can, just like we did it, you can too. And that's always, those are my baselines. What I personally want. I think that's what pretty much everyone, I think they would agree.
Yeah.
I think they would agree.
I think that another thing I am really hoping and expecting people to take away from the season with, you know, the world is in shambles right now. And I think it's important for people to see a queer family living their day-to-day lives and understand that we are not a threat to anybody or anything. We are not endangering your children. We are not doing anything. I mean, get your children away from us, as we are in it for ourselves, and we are in it for our family members, our chosen family members, and ultimately we're just here to have a good time and make each other laugh and make the audience laugh. It's not any more serious than that.
Absolutely. And I think as far as you were saying for how important it is, I think that's kind of the thing. Like it's for people to realize that there's many different ways to live your life. This is how we're doing it. And I hope that inspires you to go and find that for yourself.
And if you don't like it, the door is that way. Okay.
Right there, actually.
It's right
to the left, like Beyonce said, to the left, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Symone, Gigi, that's my time. Thank you so much for speaking with me today. It's been a very fun conversation.
Such a pleasure.
Great. Thank you, Nah.
Have a great rest of your day.
I went to a school with a girl named Nah, and she was
Let's pretend like it was me. Nice to regroup.
I knew it was familiar, Nah. God damn it.
Thank you, Symone. Thank you, Gigi. Have a great day.